In one of my last videos, I went over keyboard macros and playback macros and how they can help you get through a job faster. We also have what is called alternative keyboards. There is a school of thought that says if you keep your fingers on the home row of your keyboard, and the home row is the one that has the letters A, S, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, colon and quote, and if you keep your fingers on that and don't have to take it off and move your mouse around, that you're going to get through a transcript a heck of a lot faster. I've got a sample from a client who was on a different software and learned this method before coming to ProCat, and asked if we would help her out on that, and one of our agents did that and created an alternative keyboard for her, and gave me a copy as well. So I'm going to use this as an example of what you can do within Winner, within the editor, to make your process go faster. I clicked on the keyboard macro editor over here on the left side of our small row of buttons, and this is showing alternative keyboard 1, and I'll show you what that looks like in the editor here in a second. And in here it shows all the macros that are available for this alternative keyboard. Most of the ones that say space H are the ones that were originally the ones that were being used for this theory of keeping your fingers on the home row. The others that don't say space are just ones that I was practicing with and playing with. The cool thing about this is you can print this out so you know what they're going to be doing. I have also created a template based on the space plus whatever letter that I'll be posting later, as well as this alternative up in our MyProCat room. So those of you on support will have access to this. So now I'm going to go into the editor. I've already got something open. I'm going to go to the top. And here, down here, is where your alternative keyboards are. If you've not used these before, it'll probably just say ProCat keyboard. I'm going to go to the alternative keyboard because that's where the macros were made and stored. So with my hand on the home row, and the concept is using the space bar and a key to move around to initiate some of the macros that we've created. So the first thing we do is make sure that our space bar is enabled. So we're going to click on, or we're going to hit Control M to go into Preferences, and that takes us directly to Keyboard Macros, and make sure there's a check mark in spacebar macros enabled, and also of course keyboard macros enabled. Oops. Alright, so one of the first ones that I have here that I'll just show you real quickly is going to the next scan stop. So I'm basically hitting the spacebar and my macro for my next stop scan. And the stop scans are the squiggly braces and the @ symbols. So I can quickly move there without having to take my hand off and hitting F7. Kind of cool. Alright, I'm going to hit that again, go to the next one, and that will take me to the next scan stop, which was the @ symbol. Now, one of the things too here, now I don't want to take my cursor, my fingers off my home row and go up here and have to click on Add. So what do? Well, from the keyboard I can hit Alt-A, and it'll bring up my window here where I can type something in. So let's say I want to type in, and I'm just making this up. Oops. Alright, and then I'm going to hit Alt-O. If you notice here on the OK button, the O is underlined. If that's underlined, if I hit the Alt and that key, it will do that action as if I clicked on it with my mouse. So here it goes, Alt-O. Alright, now I want to replace @court with Lisa's Court. And I'm going to say Alt-R. And there it is. I can also move up, Alt-U, spacebar U. I can move to the left, spacebar I. I can move down, spacebar J. To the right, spacebar K. Alright. I can also move to the end of the line, spacebar L. I want to do a search, so I'm going to hit spacebar F. And I'm going to search for the, which we know is there, and Alt F to find next. And there it is. If I have a conflict and I want to always choose the first one, in this case this is what it's asking for, I'm going to hit spacebar A chooses the first conflict. I want to highlight the word to the left, spacebar S. Was this just a space? Let's say I want to delete it, spacebar D. Sorry, I didn't hit that in time. You will have to get used to the spacebar combo thing, like I just did that goof there. And I'm going to search for the next, and the next. Alright, and I'm going to go to the next one. I want to actually find one, so I'm going to go down real quick here. So I'm hitting spacebar and down. I'm actually holding down the spacebar because I'm hitting this fast enough to get down to the body of this. So I'm going to do a search for the next scan stop. In this case, an untranslate. I've messed with this one just a little bit here, and I'm going to say I want this to go into globals. So I'm going to hit spacebar G again, so that I can pick up those two. And in this window, I want this to go to the job dictionary, so I'm going to hit Alt J for it to go into the job dictionary because the J had the underscore. So if you get to knowing these things and where they are, you can see how you can move pretty rapidly through through a document. The cool thing about this is if at any time you just really wanted to start typing in, you can do that without having to worry about the spacebar or anything like that. So again, I'm going to go ahead and post these up. The Alternative Keyboard 1 template, also the keyboard macro template as well. Now, as a word of warning, if you already have created macros in your regular keyboard, by downloading this alternative keyboard, it will overwrite those. It will leave the winner macros alone, but the other ones will be overwritten. If you want to give this a whirl, I would suggest backing up your configurations. First, this will take this KB macro INI and save it to a different place. If you need to know how to do a backup, please see my video on archiving, also available up on YouTube. So I hope this helps, and I hope some of you give a try to this. Hopefully we'll get some feedback from Sue Campana, who is the inspiration for this, and tell us how it works for her. Thanks, and I'll see you in my next video.